The Ink and Paint Club podcast is intended for mature audiences only, so don't tell your parents! Listener discretion is advised.
Oh, fuck me.
You like, your body breaking down on you or what?
Me?
Yeah, you're like making old man grunts.
I always make old man grunts.
I do too, but I don't air them out to the world.
You're listening to the Ink and Paint Club podcast, your weekly home for animation reviews and discussions.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ink and Paint Club podcast, the first show of 2021. What a glorious time it is to be alive. The dumpster fire has been put out.
I wouldn't say been put out. I would say like it's kind of one of those like those trick candles like you put on a birthday cake where like you blow it out and it keeps on coming back.
Yeah, probably.
Eventually extinguished, but it's gonna take like a number of blows before it goes completely out.
It's a bit of a smolder right now. It could fire back up again. Who's to say?
Yeah.
Anyway, my name is JD, and I am joined by my good friends Kyle.
Yo.
And Matt.
Yo.
And we are carrying on our yearly tradition of talking about the upcoming animated film releases of the year. We're going to be talking about all of the animated films we've found relevant, at least, that are coming out in 2021. I say that with fingers crossed because who knows if this year shapes up to be anything like last year. Things may get pushed off. I could even say that a few things on this list we talked about on last year's show. So we may have to gloss over a few things. So I apologize in advance.
We're doing what we can. Bear with us.
Yeah. I'm going to just say right up front, just looking at our list, it is kind of a mixed bag of like stuff I'm kind of interested to see and shit I do not care about. So...
yeah,
we'll kind of, I don't know how you guys are feeling about this, but I guess we'll kind of get into that as we go through each film.
Yeah, so how did you want to do this? Because I know we had this kind of outlined in a way, like, did you want to talk about the stuff with the concrete release dates?
Yes,
and then...
so we're going to go through the year from January to December, and then at the end, we've got some stuff that are more general 2021, don't have concrete dates, so we'll talk about those towards the end. This so our first release, which is actually coming out at the end of this month as the time we're recording this, another DC animated direct-to-video film, another Batman film, because DC only knows how to make Batman movies. Sometimes a Superman, but usually Batman.
Batman's where it's fucking the most profitable.
He is, man.
I mean, we're getting 2 Batman fucking DVD, or we're getting 2 Batman like cartoon movies this year, and this is just the one.
Yeah. So the first one. Sorry, what, Kyle?
I said, what's the other one?
The other one's, I think they're doing an adaptation of Long Halloween.
I think.
Yeah.
We might as well lump that in here too, because that one doesn't get a concrete release date.
Yeah. So the first one we're going to talk about here is called Batman Soul of the Dragon, which is kind of like if Batman was a 70s exploitation kung fu movie, which on the surface seems kind of interesting.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a premise that I would be interested. Like, just even going off the trailer, just going off the trailer, and what I know, the only thing that I knew about the movie was that Michael J. White is going to be voicing a character in there, and then I said when we were watching the trailer, I'm like, this is going to be the closest we're ever going to get to a Batman Black Dynamite crossover. I'm like, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Because Black Dynamite's amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, this is like Bruce Wayne in the 70s. He trained at a secret karate dojo on a mountain. And he trained with, I think it's supposed to be Bronze Tiger, Lady Shiva, and then this other guy who I don't know.
Yeah, these aren't DC characters I'm very familiar with. I'm imagining that they are all pre-established characters and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about if this is even based on like an actual comic or if this is like,
idea.
yeah.
I think it looks kind of interesting. I enjoy these like different. I remember liking the Gotham by Gaslight movie because it was like Batman and yeah, like these kind of Elseworld like different periods with take on Batman. So I think this kind of like 70s exploitation kind of aesthetic could make for something interesting. Kyle, I know you are pretty you've said on previous shows that you're pretty Batmaned out. What do you think about this?
It was just, hey, it's Batman.
That's fair.
It's been in a while.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I don't care. I know I'm gonna be forced, gun to my head to watch it to fucking review it, but
that's not necessarily true. There might be something
I don't
worth
know what
reviewing.
I don't know what our schedule later this month is.
So
we'll see.
definitely keep this in mind. All the stuff that we're covering for this episode doesn't necessarily mean we're going to do a review on all this stuff.
There's a few movies on here I will not watch. And I'll make my opinions heard when we get to them.
Yeah.
But the other one we have, the other Batman movie coming out later this year, it just said it's coming out in the fall. They are doing an adaptation of The Long Halloween. I've never read this particular storyline in of the Batman comics. I know it's a very famous one.
Yeah, it's definitely like one of the ones that gets brought up as like being a quintessential story. Yeah. I think this is the one that they took a lot of elements from The Dark Knight for this one, I think. And then the movie that's coming out, the Matt Reeves directed one with Robert Pattinson, I know has a lot of Long Halloween influence in there as well, if not an outright adaptation of it.
Yeah. I mean, DC's already animated the other two big legacy Batman storylines, which was like
Dark Knight Returns
and The Killing Joke,
yeah.
Which I don't know how long Halloween is as a comic. I'm hoping it's long enough to actually flesh out a movie, because if it's anything like Killing Joke, which wasn't very long, they had to supplement it with a bunch of stupid shit.
That's what I had heard. So I've actually not watched many of the cartoon Batman movies, but from what
of them.
Yeah, because the thing was, Killing Joke, they had to stretch out, but then like for Dark Knight, they actually put it into 2 parts, right?
It's a 2-part movie, which is fine because they gave it enough time. Like the Dark Knight Returns movies are actually pretty good. But yeah, the Killing Joke movie, which I don't even know if it hits 90 minutes, but yeah, there's a lot of filler in there, like unnecessary filler. Batman and Batgirl fuck on a roof at one point.
Oh my god.
I watched that in the theater.
Oh yeah, they were. Well, shit, I ain't gonna watch any of these in the theater this year.
Man, I miss going to the movie theater. That's another thing about these movies. Like, I don't know what is and is not going to be in theaters.
Yeah, I mean, at least we know for a fact that any Warner Brothers produced ones are definitely going up on HBO Max.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the new Space Jam in a little bit, and that's going on HBO Max, which I just got signed up for the other day. Just to watch Wonder Woman. I don't know if I'm going to keep it because there's not like a lot on there that I really want to watch, and HBO Max is kind of expensive.
It's like $15 or something, right?
Yeah, fuck that.
They just added a bunch of new Cartoon Network stuff to it. I know that.
Yeah, see, I don't watch these streaming services for a lot of the time I don't watch it for old content. I'm watching it for the new content. So I like a lot of the Netflix exclusive stuff I've watched. Hulu. I don't know how much Hulu original stuff I watch. That stuff I watch from more like.
Oh, we watched Animaniacs.
Yeah, I watched Animaniacs. I mostly use Hulu day after, because they get a lot of stuff that's like day and day of airing or day after airing. So that's usually how we watch South Park. Okay. That's how I watch Digimon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's on Crunchyroll and on Hulu same day.
Gotcha.
So that's how. But yeah, so I'm not sure how I feel about HBO Max. There's some stuff on there, but it's like HBO documentaries, because I have never had HBO. I didn't get to watch, but
right.
We'll see. Maybe when the Snyder Cut comes out, which I will most likely watch, even though I didn't much care for Justice League.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't either, but who knows? Maybe it'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be 4 1-hour-long episodes. I don't understand, but they're throwing a bunch of money at it. So
yeah.
Anyway, all right. So moving to February, Matt added this one kind of last minute, and it was something I did not know. We're getting another Scooby-Doo direct-to-video movie called Scooby-Doo: The Sword and the Scoob.
Yeah, so as far as I know, this so we covered in October for 2020, we covered a was it Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo or something like that, which was directed and I believe written by Maxwell Addams, and I think this is another Scooby-Doo movie by him. Just going off of what I saw like on the Google splash page for it, could be wrong. It could be just a holdover from last year, but I mean, honestly, if it is, and even just going off the trailer, I mean, I think it looks like That was the funny thing too, because watching through the trailer, I watched Quest for Camelot like a couple weeks ago, and so I was already getting like a bunch of flashbacks to that. But no, I'm down for another fucking Maxwell Addams Scooby, because I thought the Halloween one he did was pretty good.
I'm just waiting to see how they explain how they get to Camelot, because like I guess the whole crux of this movie is like Morgan Le Fay of Arthurian legend comes and like transports the Scooby-Doo gang back into like medieval times in Camelot, as if those are historical facts.
You get to see a little screenshot of pup named Scooby-Doo.
You do.
But how are they going to explain that this was swamp gas?
That's what I was gonna say. Is like, how are we gonna explain this? Is it like it's not actually time travel? It's actually just a lot of very.
They're hallucinating the whole thing.
I was gonna say it's very enthusiastic. It's a very enthusiastic Ren Fair.
Oh my god, I could see that actually.
No, we've just been going along with time.
It was the Renaissance Ghost.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind checking it out.
They got drunk really bad and woke up at a Renaissance fair.
and some bad mead.
There you go.
Have y'all ever been to a Ren Fair?
I have.
I've been to one once, and yeah, I remember having a pretty good time, but I don't remember. I think I didn't apply my sunscreen right, and I had a pretty bad day after. But
I
ate a big turkey leg.
Hell
So,
yeah!
You could do that at Disneyland.
We didn't eat a big turkey leg when we went to Disneyland, did we?
No. We had blue milk, though.
We had blue milk, though.
Oh, what does blue
Milkies.
milk taste like, by the way?
We weren't brave enough to try the green milk, but we tried the blue one.
I don't remember. Kyle, do you remember what the blue milk tasted like? Because I know it wasn't like milk. It was kind of like a slush, like something.
It was a plant-based slush, and it tasted, if I remember right, it tasted coconutty.
Okay. I think I kind of remember that.
Interesting.
Yeah. What were you talking about?
Ren fairs, I think.
Oh, right. Scooby-Doo.
All I remember about my one time at I've been to the Ren Fair a few times. The only thing I really remember is watching jousting.
Well, that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
You never been to a medieval times, JD?
I don't think we have those out here.
Have you been to medieval times, Kyle?
Yeah, a couple times.
It's pretty rad.
I want to go. It seems like fun.
Just
JD, you ever get you back out here in California when stuff opens back up, we'll take you to medieval times.
Hell yeah.
Just watch The Cable Guy and you'll have that experience.
Yeah, actually, I mean, you should just watch The Cable Guy just to watch The Cable Guy because it's a great movie.
He predicted online gaming.
I sure did. Yeah, what was it? Mortal Kombat, right?
Yeah, played Mortal Kombat with your friends in South Korea.
Over dial-up. God, what a fucking hell. It's already bad enough trying to play Mortal Kombat 11 on certain connections.
Oof.
Yo, don't talk to me about bad connections. I play Smash Brothers online.
Yeah, I mean,
God,
it is what it is.
Fucking Nintendo, get your shit together.
Yeah,
Come
put
on
in
now.
rollback netcode or whatever it is.
Rollback netcode, man. I'm still not sure what that exactly means, but Max likes to talk about it a lot.
Oh, Maximilian, dude, yeah.
He just keeps yelling rollback netcode, and I just like, yeah. Anyway,
what was next? Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, so on the 26th of February, we're getting the live action CG hybrid Tom and Jerry. I do not expect good things from this movie, but I will give it credit that I do like how Tom and Jerry are being portrayed here.
You mean like as far as animated or like personality wise?
animated.
Okay.
This is what I think. If you're gonna do like adapt 2D characters into a 3D environment, I think we're finally getting to the point where CG can look like 2D animation. So
I get a feeling that the new Space Jam is going to end up looking like this.
I
Probably
think I if anything from the clip I've seen, it is 2D animated.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think we got any actual like full clips or trailers or anything. Yeah, I've seen some promotional art, but
I'll talk about that when we get to Space Jam in a bit. But
of course, that's because these are both done by Warner Brothers, so that was kind of my what I was basing it on.
Sure. Yeah. So this will be on HBO Max next month. But Tom and Jerry themselves are cartoons in a real world, and we're just gonna roll with that. No one seems bothered by it. It seems like all the are cartoons.
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry are like the Batman and Scooby-Doo. I'm just so fucking tired of watching that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that will never die. They'll keep on doing adaptations of it because I guess there's always an audience and kids that don't know how played out they are.
I mean, Tom and Jerry at least is, well, I guess you could say it's about the same thing about Scooby-Doo, but it's like kind of the same joke every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just violent. It's a very violent.
Yeah, it's just like how many slapstick gags can we cram into this?
And the thing is, I don't even think I heard any classic like Tom screams in the trailer. I think it was all like recorded straight for the movie, which is bad. You just use the classic Tom screams. That's like what I want to hear.
Tom screams.
You think this is gonna be the death of Chloe Grace Moretz?
This. I was trying to think of what was the last thing I saw her in. I'm like, I know there's the Kick-Ass movies, but I couldn't remember what else.
There's been stuff after, but I could not for the life of me tell you what.
She's been in some pretty shitty movies.
I know she was like in the American remake of Let Me In or something like that. Some vampire movie, but like I can't remember what else. Yeah, but like who else is in this movie? I know there's Ken Jeong is a chef in this movie.
Michael Pena.
Michael, yeah, from Ant-Man. That was okay. I thought I recognized him.
Yeah, he's in there too.
She was in a Carrie remake.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I knew there was something else. I was blanking on. Right, she was in the Carrie remake, which I heard wasn't that good. Oh, she voiced Wednesday?
I think so.
She was
Thomas House 2. Holy fuck!
Oh my god.
She was.
I think they're recasting the kids for the Addams Family sequel. I think, or at least Finn Wolfhard. I know they're replacing.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Oof. She was in Jack and the Beanstalk. Oof. Ouch.
What the Jack and the from Disney?
What?
I don't know. There was like. I don't know if you guys remember, but back in 2009, there was like a million Jack and the Beanstalk movies.
I kind of vaguely recall that, but I couldn't tell you any specific adaptation.
It's just one of those public domain stories, man. It's like why we keep getting a million Robin Hood movies.
Oh, hey, speaking of, I'm sure we're gonna get ready to see a because I think Great Gatsby just fell into the public domain this year, so get ready for a fucking Scooby-Doo or Tom and Jerry adaptation of that.
I want to see Tom and Jerry in the Great Gatsby.
Yeah. It's fucking inevitable. You watch, we will get like one of those, if not both of them.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. But yeah, Tom and Jerry themselves look pretty good. But this movie just looks like typical stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
kids movie stuff.
It is what it is. We should just talk about the Tom and Jerry movie from the 90s.
The one where they talked and
yeah.
Who was voice? It was some.
I can't remember who the fuck voices them. I just know that I remember that they talked and everyone hated it.
Yeah. Anyway. Hey, moving into March. Sorry, what, Kyle?
So what a blunder. Hope someone got fired for that one.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, remain to be seen.
But moving into March on the 5th, we are getting Raya and the Last Dragon, which is Disney's next animated film, which I I know this is going to be a Disney Plus for a premium fee, like Mulan was.
Which is wild because I think you brought this up during the Soul review, right? How it's weird that they would put Soul up there for free, but then Raya and the Last Dragon, they're going to do another premium. I think we
just chalked it up that Soul came out on Christmas, so they're like, we're not going to charge people extra on Christmas, which thank you, benevolent Disney company.
But yeah, no, I mean, this is definitely one of the outliers of this whole list we're going on because this actually has like a full-fledged trailer attached to it.
Well, it was supposed to come out in theaters in November, like its usual like Thanksgiving time Disney slot.
Yeah.
But, because pandemic, it got shuffled into 2021 like so many other things. But it's finally coming out. I imagine it's probably going to be in theaters if you want to go watch it there, but I figure most people are probably going to watch this on Disney Plus.
I ain't paying $30 for it, but
I'm not. I will probably watch it on Disney Plus when it becomes free.
Yeah,
maybe.
But no, I mean, just going off of the trailer here, it's definitely got. I feel like because they were kind of leaning in this direction with the Frozen 2, it definitely has a bigger scope than a lot of other Disney movies that they've done recently. Like Moana was kind of the same way too. But it's got kind of like that, sort of action aspect to it that you weren't really used to seeing from Disney a lot of the time. Yeah. So that's definitely interesting to see. I feel like we're still due for like one other trailer because we actually haven't seen the titular Last Dragon yet, and I'm pretty sure she's voiced by Awkwafina.
Yeah, which, I think so.
I was interested to see because that seems like that's going to be a role that character will be very comedic. And I wonder how that'll kind of change the tone of, because I mean this trailer's mostly played serious for the most part, and there's like some little jokes here and there with like the animal companion that was going to show up in a Disney movie.
Of course, it's not a Disney movie unless your main character has an animal companion.
I feel like they should just like one time not do it just to see how it goes. Who knows? Disney, you might be able to make a movie without an animal companion. Who knows?
No, man, it's tradition.
It's tradition because they got to sell the merchandise.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Vanellope was Ralph's animal companion.
Yeah, she was like.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, just like Tom and Jerry, Batman, and Scooby-Doo. Boy, I'm tired of Disney princess movies.
Is this a princess movie though? Technically,
I think technically.
Is it? Because I know, like, yeah, it was lumped into like, the creators of Moana and Frozen. I'm like, yeah, okay, those are princess. I guess technically. Oh no, because I mean, was Moana a princess?
She's a chief.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess by Disney standards, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
But it looks pretty. I'll give it that. I mean, it's the typical Disney sheen on everything. It'll look really nice. Yeah. I don't know. I'm still kind of up on the air on this one. I mean, I'll watch it. It's Disney.
I'll definitely
make because
I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah. Okay. So moving into April on the 29th, maybe. We talked about this last year because
it's not coming out this year. It's not coming out. We're talking about Bob's Burgers. This movie ain't coming out this year.
If this movie comes out ever.
If this movie comes out this year, fucking, I don't know what I'll do, but I don't expect
my
it to.
Shoe.
Yeah, no, it's fucking. How long have they been saying this movie is supposed to be coming out?
It was supposed to come out last summer. Like that was like the confirmed date. Like, okay, we're gonna put it out in the summer. Then obviously pandemic hit. My problem with this is we haven't seen or heard anything about it.
We've seen one thing. We saw one thing just the other day. They put up they actually showed a production still from it, and they showed like it was a butt. It was a butt. They showed a butt.
Of course,
and it's the first thing that we've seen from the fucking movie. And this thing's supposed to come out like in March. Are you kidding me? There's no way.
End of April.
Yeah.
What bothers me is that people are saying, "Oh man, this is going to be Disney's first." Hand-drawn animated movie since this, and it's like, yeah, technically, I guess
it is being put out by Disney, yeah, but it's
well, it's being put out by 20th Century, which is just another arm of Disney now.
Disney.
But
but
it wasn't owned by Disney when that fucking movie started.
No, I just like, man, this movie was supposed to come out like 6 months ago, and we don't like have a plot synopsis. or a trailer, or not even like a teaser trailer, like nothing.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, so
I've read
Sorry.
that there's like plot points going around, and people were saying, "Oh yeah, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen," and it's like, whether or not there's validity to it, it was like the most obvious fucking things to happen. It was like, "Oh, we're gonna see Louise without her hat. Oh, we're gonna see Gene's friend that he always talks about.
We're
Never
gonna see
seen."
Bob's childhood.
Yeah, just all this shit, and it's like, well, even if it's fucking fake or someone wrote this, it's like this is the most obvious shit that they would put in a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Bob's Burgers. I haven't watched a new episode in a while, and I need to catch up on that. But I'm interested to see what they do with a movie. I want to see something of it, though. I can't really gauge my reaction based on
Nothing.
the fact that it exists, possibly.
See, I like Bob's Burgers to a point. I find the show that can be extremely annoying sometimes.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I know that if they're gonna do a movie, it's like you already know it's gonna be a musical.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was the one thing we did know is they said it was going to be a musical.
Yeah, and it's just like, kind of turned off on this already, but
A little bit, yeah.
whatever.
Y'all are weak.
Just
Can't
not a big
appreciate
music.
music.
I mean, I'm not a big musical man.
I wouldn't consider myself like an avid like purveyor of like musicals or anything. But I mean, you know, as far as the stuff that I've heard, that I remember hearing from Bob's Burgers, you know, I've enjoyed their music bits.
Not everything has to be a musical.
No, I mean, I'm not saying that either, but I mean, yeah, it was definitely inevitable for this one. It was kind of like, I have no doubt that, what was it, that Phineas and Ferb movie they put out, like last year was probably a musical too.
Probably.
That's another show that's like well known for its fucking, it has like a new song like every episode. Like
that dude. Okay. That was my that's why I stopped watching Phineas and Ferb. Because it was getting formulaic, that there was like a mandate from Disney that every episode had to have a song.
Was the what was the show that they did after that? The one with the Weird Al?
Oh, Milo Murphy.
Was that like a musical show too? Did they do the song every episode?
I don't think so. I only watched like an episode or two.
Now, see, that's pretty wild to me because you have Weird Al as your main character, and that's the show that's not a musical.
There might be musical numbers in it. I don't know. Never really watched it.
Yeah.
I just know it gets into some weird like time travel-y shit at some point.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see if Bob's Burgers actually come. I have my doubts, but moving on to May 14th, Paramount is putting out a movie that Matt was saying we're pretty sure we saw this trailer on the front of Onward last year.
Yeah, like it was the last movie that I saw in a theater, so this has been like technically the last trailer I saw in a movie theater.
Yeah. So we're talking about Rumble, which it's a movie about a world that has giant monsters that fight in like a wrestling. It's like the WWE for giant
Kaiju.
monsters.
It's like Kaiju Wrestling Federation, basically.
Pretty much.
It's based on a book, just like every fucking thing is.
Well, yeah, man. Why bother writing an original script? We can adapt shit.
Yeah, pretty much. I forget what it's called. It's called like The Monster on the Hill or something.
Okay.
But so we've got Will Arnett as this kind of out of shape monster who.
Which we thought was pretty funny because we were watching the trailer and Kyle's like, "Is that John C. Reilly?" And I'm like, "No, I think that's Seth Rogen." And then JD was like, "No, I'm pretty sure that's Will Arnett." Like he called it.
All these like low tone voice.
You can have a talking like this contest.
Kind of, yeah. It's
That
like
was just
Batman.
being pessimistic, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, because that was my thought too. I was like, they would really get John C. Reilly to voice another like big like oafish character like just right after Wreck-It Ralph.
But I don't know. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but for me, I feel like this is kind of be one of those middle of the road. I'm gonna say like medium effort kind of movies. I'm sure it'll look really well, but like the trailer seems kind of dumb.
Well, I mean, maybe the concept. I don't know. I like the monster designs. Like they could look more monstery, but I do like their designs. And
I do like the weird shark octopus guy that the trailer focuses a lot on. He's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It'll be interesting to see if they have other big monsters in here. If this is just like going to focus on this,
Yeah,
the Will Arnett monster kind of training up to fight this Terry. I'm pretty sure that's Terry Crews, right? It has to be.
I have no idea.
It sounded like him.
But yeah, this movie posits that like there's a whole world of giant monsters, and I think we only see 3 of them.
Yeah.
We have the 2 monsters that are gonna fight, and then like the Will Arnett monster does like a weird what movie is it parodying? Is it Flashdance or Footloose?
Something. Maybe Footloose. That sounds right.
Where they play that "Time of Our Lives" song, and then Will Arnett does a lifting scene.
He does a funny.
He do funny.
He do funny. Kyle, do you have any thoughts on Rumble? You like giant monsters?
I'm like 100% not interested because the wrestling aspect of it. I feel like the most obvious joke they're gonna have, and I feel like they're 100% gonna do this. They're gonna have a John Cena monster, and he's gonna turn invisible, and then that's gonna be the fucking joke.
I mean, that'd be a pretty good joke, though. It's because you can't. His catchphrase is you can't see him.
But I can see you, John Cena. You're right there.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Very sure.
I feel like the wrestling aspect of it is what's drawing me, just because I am the resident wrestling fan here. So I don't know. That's just for me.
I started watching wrestling yesterday again.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What were you watching?
My friend of mine has access to the WWE network, so he lets me use his account. So I just went back a year and like, all right, I'll just put SmackDown and Raw on in the background.
Is it like stuff from when they were actually having live crowds, or is it?
It is right before, because I literally went back a year, so I'm watching January 2020.
Oh, okay.
So I'm waiting until I get to the day where they have to go get rid of the crowds,
right,
and see how they handle that.
Oh god, I haven't been watching just because I can't bring myself to watch it with like the digital crowds. It just seems wrong to me.
Oh yeah, I'll let you know when I get there.
Yeah. But yeah, so Rumble. I might check it out. I'm sure we'll get like another trailer on it. Hopefully, we see a bit more stuff that might be more enticing to see in the movie. But
yeah,
it's my favorite meme right there.
Where am I? I see you. No, you can't. This is a John Cena meme that Kyle's just sent us. We can't properly.
Yeah, Kyle, we don't have visuals for this podcast.
We do on YouTube. Throw it up there.
I ain't got time to edit that in.
Those people aren't part of this conversation.
That's true.
This is an AB conversation.
Yeah.
We're recording and people are listening in.
Yeah.
All right.
They're just flies on the wall. They can't actually talk to us.
Yeah.
Unless they leave a comment on the YouTube video, which you should.
Yeah, and hit that bell notification.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for listening. Anyway, let's move on to our next.
Yeah, so Matt, I think you wrote this one down. What is Vivo? I have not heard of this.
So Vivo is a DreamWorks movie, I believe, and
you wrote down Sony.
Did I write Sony? Oh, it's
Sony.
It's okay, distributed by Sony. Oh, I think it got started at DreamWorks and then it moved to Sony. Yeah, okay, here it is. Originally pitched to DreamWorks by. Oh, okay, that's the thing. This is a Lin-Manuel Miranda movie.
Oh,
so this is original.
2 movies coming out this year.
Yeah, what was the other one?
Encanto.
Right. Okay, and that's on the. We'll talk about that later too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So this one, I guess, was originally pitched to DreamWorks in 2010, and it got canceled due to restructuring at the company in 2015, and it was revived at Sony in 2016. So they've been at Sony since 2016. Which, oh my god, they've been working on this movie for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the premise here, at least on Wikipedia, it says a kinkajou, which I guess is like a little like rainforest like mammal, With a thirst for adventure and a passion for music, makes a treacherous passage from Havana to Miami in pursuit of his dreams to fulfill his destiny. So basically all you need to know about this movie is that it's got an entire... So this is a musical, and it's done by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who, of course, is well-known for Hamilton.
He's blowing up, man.
He sure is. Yeah, I don't know that there's really much to talk about beyond that, because I don't even think there's like any visuals for this yet, but it's apparently is supposed to be coming out in June.
Yeah.
So I imagine we'll see something soon, unless it inevitably gets moved to later in the year, if not next year.
We'll see, man.
But yeah,
like you said, I didn't even hear of this.
it has a logo. That's all I can find.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah,
Well,
so this basically it's an animated movie with a soundtrack by Lin-Manuel Miranda. So.
Well, speaking of things without visuals, Pixar apparently has a movie coming out, and I could not find anything about it.
Oh, Luca. Yes.
Yeah, or Luca, which is weird because they have, I think it's called Turning Red, which is like some girl that turns into like a giant red panda, and that Buzz Lightyear movie are coming out next year, and we have more information on those two movies than the one that's coming out this year.
Yeah.
I was literally just going through like the list of movies that are supposed to come out this year, and I saw Luca by Pixar, and I'm like, what? It doesn't even have its own Wikipedia page yet.
Yeah, it just defaults straight to Pixar.
Yeah, so it's like, what is this movie?
Yeah, this is probably something that'll get moved as well.
Probably, but like, yeah, I was just very surprised that there's a Pixar movie that's supposed to come out in like 6 months, and we haven't heard anything about it. I don't even think we have a logo for it.
Yeah, so all we know is that it's a new Pixar movie, but I mean, Pixar movies usually pretty good, so I'm sure.
I was gonna say it's a Pixar movie, so that could be hit or miss nowadays. I mean, Pixar. Well, I think Pixar is more good than bad, but I feel like they're starting to slip.
We just covered it last week, but Soul was very good.
Soul was very good.
Onward was I enjoyed it, but it was definitely one of their more. It was one of those movies that didn't quite push the envelope as well as some of the other ones.
I could also say that about Toy Story 4.
Yeah, I mean, Toy Story 4 was enjoyable. Incredibles 2
Toy Story 4 was good, but unnecessary.
Yeah, I would definitely.
Incredibles 2 was vomit-inducing.
Oh, I liked Incredibles 2, but I also like.
I wasn't here for that review, but
I need to rewatch Incredibles 2 because I feel like I might be biased about it because like Incredibles 1 is one of my favorite movies ever, so I might just be biased.
It's Watchmen for kids.
Kinda, yeah.
Incredibles 1 had a really good character arc of Mr. Incredible. Incredibles 2 didn't have anything for Mrs. Incredible. She was just
they had a bunch of booty shots.
That's really all you need, though.
You gotta thank God for Pixar mom booties.
I mean, especially, you focus your whole movie on Mrs. Incredible and you put her like in a spiffy new outfit and you just show that ass off. That was worth the price of admission alone.
Oh my God.
But yeah, Luca, hit or miss, maybe. Pixar, next movie.
Yeah. So we talked about this last year, so we don't have to spend too much time on this.
I'm not interested in this at all.
On July 2nd, we're getting a sequel to Minions. It's going to be like...
It's a prequel? Well, no, I guess it's a sequel to Minions, but it's a prequel to Despicable Me.
Yeah.
Wait. You guys are saying that there's only a logo for Luca?
I thought so. Or there might be like a promotional image, but it's not
Is
from
there
the
something
movie,
for
I don't
it?
think.
There's a fucking, teaser trailer.
Is there?
About a Little Mermaid boy.
No, that ain't true. I don't believe that I missed that. Come on.
Good God, man.
No, click on it right now. I bet that's like a fucking fan-made thing.
Oh, okay.
No, Kyle's actually right.
What? Oh my God. Oh, you're right.
Okay, JK, everybody. I'm an asshole.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm just dumb. I do remember this being announced. It's supposed to be like takes place in the Mediterranean.
I didn't see this at all. Holy shit.
I do vaguely remember this now. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't do my research as well as I should.
Well, no, that was my fault too. I went through.
I didn't know it had a trailer. I remember seeing. I just looked it up on Google Images. I do remember this promotional art from a while back.
Okay, But do you
Okay.
know what the movie is? Do you even know what the movie is about just from watching the teaser trailer?
It's about two boys that hang out in the summer in the Mediterranean. Something about mermaids.
There's fucking art of the kid being a mermaid.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
using
sorry.
the same fucking Google, aren't we?
I'm using
Okay,
Google.
I'll be honest. I did this compilation of lists late at night, and it didn't have a Wikipedia page with the date on it, so that's why I assumed there was no information.
There's about 30 movies on this list of shit that we're covering, so
Yeah. So I don't know. I do remember this now, and them saying, "Oh, it's going to take place in the Mediterranean." Well, Pixar has been like showing off on how well they can do environments, so I'm sure it's going to look beautiful.
well, still, I guess the point stands. Could be hit, could be miss.
Yeah. Well, we'll get back to the definite miss. The Minions: Rise of Gru. Look, I enjoyed the first Despicable Me. It was fine. I don't remember if I even watched the second one. I definitely didn't watch anything after that.
Second one had a luchador as the bad guy. I kind of remember reviewing it.
I don't remember if we did this. I don't know if we've done any of those movies. But I have made no. I have always been vocal about my disdain for Illumination. I just do not like their movies, or their style, or their storytelling, or just really anything that they make.
The first Illumination movie I saw was when we covered the Grinch movie that they did in 2019, and that definitely fueled my suspicion that I wouldn't enjoy Illumination movies. So I've never had any desire to watch any of their movies.
Lorax is dumb. The Despicable Me's movies, I think, get worse from what I've heard. Secret Life of Pets was just... My parents liked Secret Life of Pets. Let's put it that way.
I'm worried about the Mario movie.
I'm very worried about it. Like, I hope that...
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just hoping that if it does come to pass, then Nintendo is as religious as they are with everybody else, and actually like make Illumination, like rein Illumination in a little bit.
Hopefully,
but
we'll see.
As soon as they said, "Oh, we're teaming with Illumination to make a Mario movie," oh god, no! Anybody but that. Get some like bottom of the barrel studio to do it. Not Illumination.
Hell, just animate the movie yourself. A lot of the more recent like games.
I'm about to say, have you seen those Pixar shorts? Or sorry, Pikmin shorts. What am I talking about?
The Pikmin shorts, or like any of Luigi's Mansion 3. Like all the cutscenes in that were like great.
Well, the cutscenes in the tennis game. There's like a whole fucking movie in front of the tennis game.
Yeah, there's that too.
Oh yeah, this news just came out today as of us recording. As speaking of Luigi's Mansion, Nintendo bought Next Level. Apparently,
I'm kind of surprised didn't already own them.
I know. Actually. I was very surprised. Like, did you? Like, I know you own Monolith. Like, did you? And Retro, did you not already own Next Level?
But they let Alpha Dream die.
Yeah, they did. Poor guys.
And then they refused to buy Rare.
Oh, they still have to be kicking themselves after letting Rare go, and then like seeing what Microsoft did to them.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Those poor bastards.
In a different world.
But then all the notable people of Rare left and went and make Platonic and.
Man, what champs are they on those games?
Well, I heard that that side scrolly like Donkey Kong Country type one they did was pretty good.
Yeah. But who knows? I don't know.
I never played any of the ukulele games, but I remember I backed the Kickstarter for the first one, and I got the download code and everything. I still haven't played it.
Jesus. I actually got a refund because they canceled the Switch version.
Oh. No, they didn't.
No,
sorry.
Because I have a download on the Switch, but I never played it.
That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted it on the Wii U because I didn't have any of the other consoles. They're like, well, we're not porting it to the Wii U anymore. And I'm like, well, then I want my money back. And I did. But my name's still in the credits.
Oh, is it really?
It is. Anyway.
Proud of that.
I guess.
But anyway, Minions. It's
I don't think any of us care about Minions.
Yeah, I'm not gearing to do an episode on this one.
On Independence Day, July 4th, only 2 days later, does anyone remember Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron? like early DreamWorks.
The only reason why I still have a recollection of it is because I know that there's a Netflix show, and I remember I was working a lot in the toy department at work around the time when it came out, so I remember seeing the toys all the time.
It is weird because like if I remember right, the original Spirit movie like takes place like either during or after the Civil War, but like the Spirit TV show on Netflix is just like a modern day horse girl show, which I think that this movie is based on. I think it's just called Spirit Untamed, and I don't think this is a sequel to the movie, but rather just a movie version of the show. I don't really know.
Yeah, I have no clue. I could not tell you anything about Spirit. I just know that it has a horse and maybe multiple horses in it.
Matt Damon's in the movie.
And they don't talk.
They don't?
No, the horses don't talk. There's just like some weird Matt Damon narration.
Is it from the point of view of the horse?
I don't remember. This is a Melanie question. She likes that movie. I think I've maybe seen Spirit once years ago.
Right.
Wait,
I do remember. It has Bryan Adams. Adams.
Wake her ass up and ask her.
She's been asleep for like 2 hours. Work in the morning.
Well, these are the important questions we need to answer, JD.
Just rush in and like, dear, was Matt Damon in the Spirit movie, and what was his role?
It's not like I can just look it up on the fucking computer.
Fuck that, man. I think I'd rather go wake up my wife than actually go do research.
Then just leave and go, oh, thank God, with no context at all. Leave her really confused.
Oh, man. So moving on to July 16th, the first movie of the year that I think I'm even remotely interested, but only because I know how dumb it's gonna be. Hey, everybody, you know that Space Jam sequel you've been clamoring for the last We're finally getting it.
We sure are.
So LeBron James is going to team up with the Looney Tunes to play another basketball game. But from my understanding, this is strictly a Looney Tunes movie. It's going to be like a Warner Brothers universe movie.
Yeah, I think there was some sort of leak like earlier last year that said like, oh, I think the villains in this are going to be other Warner, like I think what was it? The Mask is going to be like the Jim Carrey, and like they're going to have like the witch from Wizard of Oz.
I think I saw Pennywise too.
Yeah.
So basically, remember that part in the Lego Batman movie where all broke out of the Phantom Zone? It's going to be that.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not against the idea of that if that was true. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's a fun way to utilize that.
Because basically, my understanding of the plot is that LeBron James and his son, I assume his actual son.
It's not.
It's okay.
I don't even think he has a son for real.
Okay. LeBron James and his movie son are sucked into some digital world by a rogue AI, I think voiced by Don Cheadle. I think.
It's starting to sound like Digimon, JD.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But then they meet up with the Looney Tunes and they have to play a basketball game for reasons against, I think, all these Warner Brothers movie villains, I think.
I feel like if it's true and they are going with that angle with all the movie monsters being the team, I do hope that we still at least get like a callback or a cameo for the Monstars, because that was kind of like...
I think I saw an article the other day saying that the Monstars are not in the movie.
Well, that's kind of shitty. That was the whole point of like the last movie was. Well, I guess maybe they only have beef with Michael Jordan,
but they turned good at the end of the movie. Remember?
Oh yeah, they did, but not Danny DeVito.
He got shot.
Okay, so that's the big thing in this movie. Are we still going to get Wayne Knight and Bill Murray? That's the other big question.
Wayne Knight, maybe. Bill Murray, I doubt it. What's Wayne Knight doing these days?
He does a lot of voice work, I think.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Well, good for him.
Good. Of course, Bill Murray's in fucking everything under the sun if you look close enough.
Yeah. Literally the only thing I've seen of this movie is they had like a
shitty Xbox thing.
Yeah, the Xbox commercial where Bugs and LeBron are going to play a Xbox or something. It's like they're having this contest where it's like if you make a Space Jam game, you can submit it to this contest, and then they'll put it on Xbox Arcade if you win.
You can win a Series S. Everybody wants a Series S.
Oh, they only give you the S, not the X?
Yeah.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Make us a fucking game. We'll give you an S.
Dude, a radio station here in town is having a contest this week where you can win an X. Come on, my local indie rock station can give you an X, but fucking Warner Brothers can't shell out enough for a full console.
My God,
come on, Warner Bros. So yeah, that animation of Bugs and LeBron, that's all the animation I've seen, which leads me to believe that it is going to be 2D animated. But even the Bugs animation, like, wasn't the best, but maybe they just
for a commercial.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
First look is pretty bad.
And a first impression is a lasting impression.
Yeah,
it looks like Pepe Le Pew got canceled.
Yeah,
surprised it didn't happen sooner, to be honest.
I would not be surprised if they did a fucking joke like that in the movie, though. Like,
what happened to Pepe? We don't talk about him.
Yeah,
they probably do because in that trailer they show it's the female cat Penelope or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, I think Penelope.
Well, there's Penelope Pig. I think. I don't think that's the right character.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember the name of the cat. I'll see why they bothered doing. I don't know why they bothered doing any more commercials for like Xbox when they could just replay the ones they did with Usher years ago of him saying like "Happy Easter Xbox." Like, you see those like rolling around all the time. Like,
oh my God,
I was right. It is Penelope. Penelope Pussycat.
So what's the pig's name? Petunia, right?
Petunia's Porky's girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
No, they showed that what was it? Lola lost her tits. She's not even wearing a midriff anymore.
It was definitely going to be interesting to see what they did with Lola in this, because I think the only other thing we really see Lola in after Space Jam was, I think she was in the Looney Tunes Babies cartoon, and then she was also in that Seinfeld-esque Looney Tunes show they did where they completely revamped her, which I really enjoyed. I did like how they did her character, but I was thinking like, there's no way they're going to have that interpretation of Lola in the new Space Jam. I think they're going to stick with the that the general audiences know. From
what I read, it's still Cat. Is it Kathy Susie or something?
Cat Susie.
Yeah, it's still her doing the voice, and it looks like it's the same thing, but it's non-sexual anymore. You don't want kitties drawing porn of her. Even though
come on, man. Do you know? I'm sure there's plenty of people who had a sexual awakening to Lola.
I'm gonna say there's no way that we're not getting any less porn. Fucking Lola Bunny.
If any, we'll get more.
Oh, yeah. But they're trying. They're trying.
Oh, they're trying.
When there's a will, there's a way, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Space Jam's coming out in July. I'm gonna watch this. Like, if I have to go to a theater, sure. If I have to resubscribe to HBO Max, I'm gonna watch this just because, even if it's bad, I just feel like I need to see this.
Gonna have a box of Kleenex nearby.
Yikes!
I'm gonna, just from all the tears I'll be shedding for how good it is.
Yeah,
that's what it's called.
My wife's gonna watch it with me. I don't know how she'll feel about that. Anyway.
I'll ask if she has the hots for the little bunny right now.
She might. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I do know some of her preferences, but anyway. Hotel Transylvania in August. We're getting a fourth movie, I guess.
Hooray!
I didn't watch the last one.
I've never watched any of the Hotel Transylvanias. I feel like I don't know. I know they're done by Gendy, and I do like Gendy stuff.
I don't know if Gendy's doing the next one.
Oh, really?
I don't think he is.
Huh.
I think this one he's off of it.
Who the fuck is directing it then? Hang on, let me see if we can find that out.
Well, I don't know. Like, I watched the first two. I meant to watch the third one because I feel like they got more Gendy-ish as they went on. Gendy's like weird, like goofy, bendy style.
Oh, hey, Derek Dryman is co-directing.
SpongeBob guy?
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's interesting. Okay, and then Jennifer Kluska. I don't recognize that name, but Derek Drymon I recognize. So who knows?
It's called Transylvania 4 Hawaiian Hollow. I think. I don't know. I just Googled it again.
Well, no, it wasn't the fucking the third Hotel Transylvania. Wasn't that like the cruise ship one or something?
It was Summer Vacation.
Yeah.
So they're going the Beetlejuice route.
I was just about to say. I was like, do you remember when they were fucking trying to do Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian?
Yeah.
Still feel like there's a market for that.
Is Beetlejuice funny?
So I guess Gendy is gonna executive produce, but he's not gonna direct it.
Typically how that sort of thing goes when they're not directing anymore. Like I know, what was it, Scott Derrickson? Like he's not directing the new Doctor Strange anymore, but he's still executive producing it.
Right.
Just
Sam Raimi is still a weird choice for that.
No, it's not to me. Fucking, I was more hyped for that movie after I found out Sam Raimi is attached to it. Fucking love Sam Raimi. But that's neither here nor there. This is about Hotel Transylvania. Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen any of the movies before it, and those were directed by Gendy. So if this was not done by Gendy, who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I need to watch the third one. We don't have any information on this one, just the fact that it exists and is coming out in August, I guess.
Yeah.
It'll probably just be more Adam Sandler having in a goofy voice.
Yep.
Movies aren't that great. I'll say it.
All right, fair enough.
They're nicely animated, but
that's kind of where I'm at. Like they're not great movies. They're fun to look at though.
Yeah.
And there's a TV show, I guess, on Disney.
Speaking of a TV show with a movie coming out.
All right, I put this down just because it's coming out. I don't know anything about Paw Patrol. Apparently, it's big with preschoolers, but it's getting a movie. And that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, it's got some funny pups, I guess.
How many sexual awakenings do you think this movie's going to have?
Oh, God.
It's a show for preschoolers. I don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
Kids are up these days.
Oh, God. So September 17th, we're getting a sequel to The Boss Baby. One of those.
Hooray. And it has age regression, so that
God.
Well, because it's The Boss Baby. So it's like the Alec Baldwin baby. It's like in the future, so like him and the brother are like grown up now, but like the original brother, like he has a kid now and she's a boss baby, and she gives him like a formula to like regress both of them back into their like original movie forms
like
for a day.
Yeah.
Because we need to make Alec Baldwin a baby again.
Now, I'll say this much. I remember finding Boss Baby decent. I remember going into it thinking, oh, this is going to be terrible, and actually being very surprised at it being decent.
That is what I've heard. I've heard Boss Baby is surprisingly okay.
The trailers didn't do it any favors for sure, but I remember there was a lot of stuff that wasn't shown in the trailers as far as like animation techniques and stuff that they do for like a lot of like stuff here and there that I actually remember enjoying quite a bit. I fucking can't remember anything about the movie right now, but I just remember finding it decent. The trailer for this movie doesn't really necessarily make me want to see it, but just from my experience with the first movie, I feel like there might be potential for it to be okay. Like I wouldn't mind checking it out just for pure curiosity.
We'll send you out as a field course.
Yeah, I'll scout that one out.
Boss Baby could be the best animated movie of all time, and I would still probably not watch it.
Yeah, I mean, then that's fair. Yeah, like I said, I was mentioning, like, the only reason why I'd watched it is because we watched it in a block of like other movies. We watched it along with Sausage Party and like the Emoji Movie, thinking like, oh, these are all gonna be bad.
And you watched it with somebody's mom.
We did, yeah. My friend's girlfriend at the time had her mom was over, and we were just like, yeah, let's just put on a bunch of like presumably bad movies, and like, yeah, Sausage Party was awful, Emoji Movie was awful, Boss Baby was okay from what I remember. Then we also watched Shrek because that's always a good watch.
Shrek's an evergreen movie.
It's turning 20 this year.
Holy shit!
And it got placed in the what was it, the film preservation something or other.
Good.
Maybe we'll do an episode on it this year.
Because that movie will become lost media.
Yeah, I guess.
The internet won't let Shrek become lost media. We got backups of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Boss Baby, that's a thing.
It could be okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Speaking of things that are things, this coming October, we're getting a sequel to the Addams Family, a movie that I didn't think did well in the first place. So I'm surprised it's getting a sequel.
Yeah. I mean, I remember enjoying it okay. I remember there's some bits I felt like they could, tighten up. So, hopefully they take that to heart for the sequel.
Like the first movie was okay. It was fine. It wasn't anything special, but
they need to tighten up the graphics.
You gotta tighten up the graphics, tighten up the graphics, tighten up the graphics.
Yeah, that. We just know this is apparently coming out. No plot synopsis, no trailers, no images yet.
Just that it exists.
I'm sure sometime over the summer we'll get a bunch of info on it, like a month or two before it comes out.
Yeah. I know Bill Hader is coming, or Bill Hader is being added to the cast, and they're replacing Finn Wolfhard because I guess he might be getting a bit too old to play Pugsley. But other than that, yeah, nothing.
He's
else
a voice actor. Just sound younger.
Yeah, just do it.
He needs to stop drinking that Haterade.
Oh shit! I didn't even make that fucking connection. Yeah, they're getting rid of Finn Wolfhard, but they're adding in Bill Hader. That's actually pretty funny.
So yeah. So our first big November family movie, Clifford the Big Red Dog, is getting a live action CG hybrid movie.
You remember Clifford?
I do remember Clifford. I had some books when I was growing up.
Did you remember when he was big?
I do.
And when he was red?
Yeah.
And that he was a dog?
Oh yeah. It's all coming back to me.
When we were watching the trailer, I was like, "There's no way they're not going to go this whole movie and not make a joke about him taking a big shit somewhere, right?"
No, I can call it now. The family is gonna get Clifford, and he's gonna be huge, and there's gonna be a montage of Clifford like fucking up around the house, and one of them is gonna be he takes a giant shit,
and Jeff Goldblum will walk up to him and be like, "That is one big pile of shit."
Yeah.
You got him, man. You got him.
Got him.
Late. I'm sleepy. I
don't know. I mean, yeah, that's all you need to know about Clifford the Big Red Dog. Is the joke is that it's a dog. He's way too big for these circumstances.
Yeah. I mean, we just got a teaser of this the other day. It's literally just like, hey, wasn't 2020 a shit? Dogs make everything better, except this dog because he's huge. And it just shows this parade of like live action dogs, but then Clifford is like a CG dog, which I don't know what I expected, but like, couldn't they just like color correct a footage of a dog and make him Clifford to make it look somewhat?
There's people that were complaining on Twitter that was like, why would they make him look like a real dog? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Of course they're gonna make him look like a real dog. Look, you don't remember like when Scooby-Doo came out and they made him look like a real dog? Like the first live action.
Kind of. They kind of made him look real.
I mean, they did like a weird, like a in between.
As real as you would get in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I feel like if they would have done with this Clifford movie what they did with like Tom and Jerry, where they made him very clearly a cartoon dog. I don't know. I feel like it's already enough that he's like a big dog.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I don't know what to say about this movie. It's just it's Clifford. I don't remember.
It's a movie that I'm not going to watch, is what it is.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a big dog.
So Disney is returning to its usual November time Thanksgiving, and we are getting Encanto, which all I know about it is it takes place in Colombia and has music by that Lin-Manuel Miranda guy.
Yeah.
There was like rumor like a year or two ago that like Disney had pretty much pegged him to do a movie. Shut up, Kyle. But they had tapped him to do a movie, and I guess this is the one they've been working on.
What was that, Kyle?
Said I bet they tapped him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, who knows? Depending on when these two movies come out, or I guess, yeah, because we don't know that the dates or any of these are fucking final. Maybe we'll do like a side-by-side comparison to see which Lin-Manuel movie is better or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. If there's any interest in that, leave a comment in the YouTube video.
Yeah,
There's
because
not much because there's not much else to go on other than both of these movies. They're
yeah, Disney a couple weeks ago did their like big investor day dump of like a million things, and this is one of the things that they announced that like, hey, this is coming out.
presumably, yeah.
We'll see.
We will see.
But that Lin-Manuel Miranda, he's blowing up.
It sure is.
And rounding out what we know a date for is we're getting that sequel that you were all clamoring for.
Sing 2.
Sing 2. I'll be honest, like Sing is not a terrible movie. It's not good, but it's probably like one of the better. It's probably Illumination's best movie in my opinion. And this is coming from a person who does not like musicals, but it's like a jukebox musical, so
I never saw it.
The only thing I took away from the original Sing is that Taron Egerton played this gorilla who at one point in the movie sings an Elton John movie or an Elton John song and Taron Egerton would go on like the next year to play Elton John in a movie.
Yeah, that's I wonder how that came about. Like if they knew, like, hey, I'm going to be an Elton John bioflick. Oh, do you want to be a gorilla?
Yeah, I don't know how that all worked out, but Rocket Man was a pretty good movie. If you haven't seen it,
I have not seen it.
I liked it. It was pretty
I've
good.
never. Elton John's like one of those like I enjoy what I hear on the radio, but I've never done like a deep dive on his discography.
Yeah,
like,
I haven't either.
I was more interested in seeing Bohemian Rhapsody just because I'm way more familiar with Queen than I am with Elton John. But I don't know.
I'm still disappointed in Bohemian Rhapsody because there's a distinct lack of David Bowie in that movie.
Yeah, that's well, they have Under Pressure that plays like near the end of the movie, but they
do. But I want to see David
like
Bowie.
Yeah, I know.
Damn it!
Is Vanilla Ice in that movie?
No, they unfortunately they don't touch on any of that. They kind of just round out the end of that movie with the.
I think wasn't Freddie Mercury dead before that song came out?
Under Pressure? No,
Vanilla Ice's song.
Oh,
when did Freddie Mercury die? When did he die?
Freddie Mercury died in like the early 90s, I think. So it would have been like, I don't know. I could be wrong.
Oh
I don't know.
He died in 91. Holy shit!
So
I was alive when Freddie Mercury was still alive. Holy crap!
You feel old, JD?
I do, but not for that reason.
It's just the soul crushing life.
No, it's because I'm going to turn 30 next week, and I don't want to.
Oh yeah, let's gear up for JD's birthday episode, everybody.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah,
I picked a good one.
So yeah, Sing 2. If you're a fan of Sing 1, I guess.
It'll probably be more
Sing. It's not even out yet. Fucking maybe it could be good. I don't know. I've never seen the first Sing. I don't know what to expect. I'm probably not going to watch it. I don't know.
I'm not holding out hope for it, but whatever.
Yeah, just going off of what I said earlier. Yeah, if this is done by Illumination, I already said earlier, like I watched The Grinch when I didn't like it, so I don't know. I probably wouldn't enjoy it.
So yeah, that's coming out Christmas. Good, just in time for the holidays. So we'll move on to our list of general 21 releases. I still got to get used to saying that. A lot of these are Netflix movies that don't have dates for it. There's a few others mixed in there. I think we just have these in alphabetical order, so we'll just go down the list. Netflix is putting out a movie called Arlo the Alligator Boy. All I know about this is I know one or two people that worked on this movie and that it is supposed to lead into a TV show.
Yeah, it's I Heart Arlo. That's like a 20 episode thing. So man, they're really placing a lot of stock in this to already have a follow-up show to go after the movie.
Right?
Which is pretty
done it.
What, Kyle?
So Bonnie's husband worked on it.
Yeah. And John Barry worked on it too. That's the other guy I know that worked on this.
There's not like a full actual trailer after this, but there is like an extended clip like of one of the songs from the movie.
The animation looks cute.
No, it looks nice. And I mean, I guess I thought the song was, okay, but I don't really. I'm assuming the movie's about like, oh, all these misfits get together and it's like a found family type thing. But yeah, I don't know. Let's have to see. I mean, I enjoyed the clip, so I'll probably end up checking out the movie too. But depending on how well the movie is, then we'll see if the show will be worth checking out as well.
Yeah, it looks cute. Okay, I swear we talked about this years ago on a preview show, but Blazing Samurai, we looked this up before we started recording. This movie was supposed to come out in 2017.
That's wild.
It got pushed back to 2018, is being pushed back to 2021, maybe. I'm fairly certain this movie doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, because I mean, there's not even a trailer for it either.
No.
But yeah, the
money laundering scheme. That's all it is.
Yeah, like food fight. Yeah, so the whole plot of this movie is like it's basically a retelling of Mel Brooks's Blazing Saddles, but from
with cartoon animals.
Yeah, and it's like instead of a western, it's like it's a samurai movie, which I guess they're just it's still similar in a certain respect. But
sure,
but that's the thing too is I find it very weird that they would make a kids movie based around Blazing Saddles, because for those of you out there who have not watched Blazing Saddles, that is
it's not what we call culturally sensitive.
Yeah, that is not a fucking movie that's PC by today's standards by any means.
Look, when they say that they based the movie on Blazing Saddles, it just means they wrote a whole movie around the fucking fart scene in it. That's it.
Yeah,
that's the entire thing.
I can believe that.
But I do have a question, though.
Yeah.
Where all the white movement at?
God. Blazing Saddles for like how just it could not be made today. It's still a fucking funny movie.
If that movie, if Blazing Samurai actually comes out and does not end with them busting through the sets of other movies, I'll be disappointed.
There should be other who the fuck's even putting out this movie?
It's called STX Films. I'm sure it's some weird Chinese.
I was going to say like that would be if it were done by a bigger studio, that would have been a funny way to like they could be breaking through like production on other animated movies or something.
Right.
That could have been a funny gag, but I don't know what the fuck they'd be able to do there.
Yeah.
But it's got it's Michael Cera, Samuel Jackson, Ricky Gervais, Jimon Hansu, Mel Brooks, Randy Orton, George Takei. It's definitely got
Randy Orton, the wrestler.
Yeah, I guess. That's a little weird, but I mean, it's not. Wrestlers are just they're just actors who wrestle now, because a lot of these guys end up going on to do like.
Well, WWE has its own film production company that they make movies with the wrestlers.
They sure do. They also do.
Because Vince McMahon was like, "Well, all our wrestlers keep leaving to make movies. Why don't we just make our own movies?"
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's what he does now.
But yeah, so basically wrestlers are just part-time wrestlers and also actors now, because they always do like, I know John Cena is definitely a lot more now that he's kind of like not wrestling as much anymore. And then of course you got The Rock and everything.
He is Dwayne Johnson now. I think he completely shed The Rock.
Yeah, but you know who I meant.
Oh, I do, but I don't think we need to preface him with as Dwayne The Rock Johnson anymore.
No, but I grew up with him as The Rock, so he will always be The Rock to me.
All right.
But yeah, it's just a fucking weird. It's a weird thing to base a kids movie on Blazing Saddles. So I will most definitely be checking this out from morbid curiosity. I need to see exactly what they adapt and in what way.
So I think we talked about this on last year's show, because I think this has to come out around Thanksgiving this past year. Connected from Sony. I think this looks really interesting from an animation standpoint. The story that was presented in the one trailer they put out was kind of like but like it looks really fun from animation wise, so I kind of want to watch this, but it got pushed into 2021. There isn't a solid date that I could find.
Yeah, and I was trying to remember if when we covered it for the last preview show, if it was still called Mitchell versus the Machines, or if it had already been.
I think it was connected when we talked about it.
Was it? Okay.
I think so.
But yeah,
I'm pretty sure we talked about it like pretty close after when the trailer came out.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it looks great. Yeah, the story's just a little but I mean, they're showcasing a lot of that sort of animation tech that they pioneered with the Spider-Verse.
Well,
So
it's got Lord and Miller attached to it, I think.
yeah,
So that's always a good time.
yeah, no, this one will a watch from me. I'll definitely be checking it out.
Netflix's My Father's Dragon. I don't know about this.
Yeah, a lot of dragon movies coming out this year. That seems to be the trend.
That is how things go, man. Like,
It's got Ryan the Last Dragon. You got My
remember
Father's
a couple
Dragon.
years
You
ago
got
we had
Wish
a bunch
Dragon.
of Yeti movies.
A bunch of what movies?
We had a bunch of Yeti movies. We had Abominable, and then we had Missing
Smallfoot.
Link, and then we had Smallfoot. Like all within like a year or two of each other.
Because I guess it's just how it goes, right? Like somebody pitches one movie to one studio, they pass, they do their own version of it for cheaper, and then like that movie gets picked up by a different studio, and then word gets out to a third studio, and then that's just how it goes. That's how it goes every year.
Disney's doing this. We got to do our own thing.
Yeah.
Just chasing the trends, man. What is this movie? I'd never heard of it.
My Father's Dragon, based on a 1948 children's novel of the same name. So you know that it'll be great.
Yeah.
There's not like, I don't recognize like any names on this list. It's done by Netflix, so
I just want to say I admire Netflix in their effort to really put emphasis behind animation.
No, it's been nice.
In the last couple, like I think they started like their own animation, or they've been recruiting like big name animators. Like we already saw Glenn Keane movie. We just today or yesterday we got the trailer for Craig McCracken's new show that's coming out.
Oh, Kid Cosmic.
Yeah, that's coming out soon.
Yeah.
Still waiting to hear more about Jorge Gutierrez's movie or show. I don't know what it is, but
I think it's a movie.
I think it's a movie.
Yeah.
I think. But still waiting on that. So, well, cool.
But yeah, not much to talk about My Father's Dragon. I don't think any of us here is familiar with the novel it's based on, so I can't really tell you much.
No.
But that's a Netflix one, so if you have Netflix, you'll be able to watch it if it comes out this year.
Yeah. We're getting a animated sequel / reboot to Night at the Museum, I guess.
Yeah.
I saw the first two, and I actually kind of liked Night at the Museum. I never saw the third one.
I never watched any of them.
I enjoyed the first one. The second one was okay. But yeah, this is gonna be like an animated. It's like a reboot, but a sequel. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's an animated Night at the Museum movie. I think it's like Ben Stiller's son is gonna be the new Watchman guy that watches the museum at night. I think that's what it's supposed to be. But yeah, you've been jonesing for another Night at the Museum movie.
So you said you've seen the first movie?
I've seen the first two.
So like, do people think that Ben Stiller is crazy? Does he like try to tell people that the shit's coming alive, or
no? So from what I remember, his kid knows, and this, at least in the first movie, I forget if she's in the second one, but like a museum curator knows. But they're the only ones that know. Everyone else has no idea that this stuff happens.
Gotcha. And so all the movies are just like the exhibits, like getting into fights with each other, basically, right?
They're just running wild through the museum, and then Ben rein everybody in, and
so it's like reverse Toy Story.
Oh, kind of, maybe. They've kind of been, I wouldn't say soiled for me, but like I was watching this Robin Williams documentary a couple months ago, and they had Sean Levy or Levi, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, the guy who directed these movies.
Yeah.
And he was like finally opening about Robin Williams on those movies, and he was saying that like Robin was having a real hard time with those movies. Like his dementia or whatever his brain disease was really starting to kick in at that time. He was like forgetting lines. He would call the director up in the middle of the night, asking if he was doing a good job, and just asking that over and over again. So he was like starting to fall apart while filming those movies.
That's rough.
Yeah. So I mean that whole the whole thing that happened with Robin Williams towards the end of his life, that's some real tragic stuff. It's it's really sad and all that.
I wonder if they're going to recast that character, if they're just not going to have Teddy Roosevelt at all.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything about if they're going to recast Teddy Roosevelt at all.
I mean, I guess if it's an animated thing, they could get away with that. But if it was like a live action thing, there might be a bit more of an uproar about it.
I didn't know. I didn't know he had that. That's fucking wild.
What?
Yeah.
It's called Lewy body dementia. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
I just knew he committed suicide. That's all I knew.
Yeah, he had like that he had that kind of dementia, and I think that was part of the documentary I was watching. Was like his wife started like a foundation to like raise awareness for that specific type of dementia, because there isn't a lot of research into it right now.
Yeah, that's well, because I thought it was just I thought like offset like depression or something like that.
Yeah,
so.
no, yeah, he had dementia.
Oh wow.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, so Night at the Museum. I can't speak for it. I've never seen the live action ones. Yeah. Who knows? I'm sure we get a trailer for it, and we'll be able to have more of an opinion on it.
Sure.
First movie was alright, but man, just Ben Stiller movies after fucking Meet the Parents, it was just the same shit. Something happens, and he's trying to
bewildered by it.
Well, no, he's just trying to explain to someone that he's not lying, and then there's the whole fucking thing where wild antics happen, and oof.
Well, it's like we just talked about, like fucking, you know what you're getting into when you go into an Adam Sandler movie, so it's like you know what you're getting into when you go into a Ben Stiller movie.
Yeah,
more or less.
You just start making that type of movie. Once you get typecast, like it's like that's just the movie you make from now on, and it's like that's okay. Some people, it's just their lot in life to just make that type of movie like forever.
I guess you would call it like situational comedy, where like something happens and then it's funny in that sense, but
yeah,
frustrating, man. And then Zoolander 2 happened. Yikes!
Never watched it.
Wait, there's this fucking Zoolander cartoon. You don't know
never
about that,
aired
right?
in America.
It never like aired, and like I think it was lost media for like a little bit before it like finally.
Some of it's still lost.
It might be. I don't know. We should cover the Zoolander cartoon.
Hell yeah!
Or what there is of it out there.
Yeah.
Watching that, I wish I had dementia.
Oh,
man, too soon.
Jeez.
Anyway, the cartoon looks like it was made by the Ugly Americans people.
Yeah, it does. It does look like it.
It might have been made by Augenblick, but I put there's another Pinocchio being made by Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be fucked up.
This one's been fucking in production for a while now too. I think they announced by del Toro in 2008. Like, oof, Jesus Christ! And this just seems to be a thing like. Fucking God, anything that del Toro ever tries to like get involved with ends up in development hell. It just seems that way. Like there was this, fucking they tried to do the third Hellboy like for so long before that one eventually got rebooted without him. There was he didn't end up doing the sequel to Pacific Rim. There's just like it seems that there's a lot of problems with this del Toro productions, which is unfortunate because I mean he's a talented dude. Like any of his like straight up movies, you know, Pan's Labyrinth, you know, was great. Hellboy movies are great. I never end up seeing Pacific Rim myself, but I have friends that swear by it.
The first movie is dumb, but it's fun.
A Shape of Water won like some Oscars. Like,
oh god, Mel and I were both super shocked when like Shape of Water started winning all these awards at the Oscars, and we kind of felt it was like another case of the Oscars apologizing for snubbing del Toro for so long.
Yeah.
But the reason I put this on this Pinocchio movie on the list is because it's by del Toro. It's gonna be stop motion, and the creator of Over the Garden Wall helped write the screenplay.
Oh shit, they got
Pat McHale.
Yeah, Pat McHale. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And this has Ewan McGregor. It's got Ron Perlman, of course. Tilda Swinton, Christoph Waltz, Keith Blanchett, Tim Blake Nelson, our boy Finn Wolfhard,
Yeah.
John Turturro, all kinds of fun people. But it's a stop motion Del Toro movie. I want to see what that looks like.
Absolutely. Yeah. No. I'm definitely a proponent for stop motion, so I was definitely going to view that alone. But it'll be interesting to see what Del Toro does with it.
Also, it's supposed to take place in 1930s fascist Italy.
Oh,
I'm kind of like down for this movie.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, we're gonna make a stop motion Pinocchio movie made by Del Toro set during basically World War II.
It'll definitely be
I'm kind of down for this.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a watch for me. I'll definitely be checking that one out.
I think they have some. Do they have any? I don't know if they have any production art for this yet. I think they kind of do.
I know they have a poster, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm seeing this one of like the Pinocchio and Geppetto character designs, and Pinocchio is like very much a very wooden looking puppy. It doesn't look very like human-esque.
Yeah,
but that's what you get from Del Toro. So I'm kind of down for that. Troll Hunters: Rise of the Titans. All I know is this is the like a movie ending to that Troll Hunters movie or show on Netflix that I only watched the first season of, and was like the last thing that like Anton Yelchin did before he died.
Yeah, so this was something that I didn't know, was that I guess Troll Hunters is just 1/3 of like a larger series.
Yeah, there's like 2 spin-offs from Troll Hunters, and I've never watched any of them.
Yeah, it's like there's one called Three Below and there's one called Wizards, and it's all part of Tales of Arcadia. And so I guess this
I
movie
thought Tales of Arcadia was the second thing. I didn't realize that was the overall branching thing.
Yeah, and so I guess this film is supposed to be a cap off of like the whole series or something along the lines of that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know much about it either, other than I've seen the toys around work like a lot, and that Anton Yelchin voiced the main character up until he unfortunately died, which is
I watched the first season of this and it was interesting. It was just like underneath this town there is a city of trolls, and you know magic is real, and this kid becomes a knight or something to like. He's called the Troll Hunter, but he like fights to protect the trolls. It's very confusing.
It gave me, just from looking at it, obviously I haven't watched it, but it gave me like How to Train Your Dragon vibes.
A little bit. I think Del Toro helped with this too.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, he probably like produced it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Anton Yelchin voiced the main character. Like like he died before the second season came out, but they finished all of his recordings. Then I think they recast him.
Yeah, too young, man. I loved Anton Yelchin.
Yeah, man. I really only know him from Star Trek, but I've heard that he's a great actor and other things.
The Charlie Bartlett's a great movie, worth checking out.
Oh, okay, I've heard of that. But
I really liked him as Kyle Reese in Terminator Salvation. He did like a really great job emulating Michael Biehn in that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I guess we're getting a cap off to that whole.
So I'm sure there's the people definitely excited about that.
Yeah. Wendell and Wild. I don't know what this is.
I am excited about this.
What is this, Matt? Sell me on it.
So Henry Selick is directing this one.
Okay,
and it's for Netflix. Yeah, that was that alone.
That's all you gotta tell me.
Fucking, it's Henry Selick, you know, the director of Nightmare Before Christmas, doing a stop motion movie for Netflix. Well, and also the director of Coraline too. So the first breakout Leica movie, doing a movie for Netflix that has Keegan Michael Key and Jordan Peele as the 2 main characters.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Shit, that's all you had to say.
Yeah. I don't know that there's like a bit of a plot. Here it is. 2 scheming demon brothers, Wendell and Wild, must face their arch nemesis, the demon dusting nun, Sister Helly, and her 2 acolytes, the goth teens Kat and Raoul.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds neat. I mean, just going off of who was attached to the movie, like I was already sold on it. Just because
all you gotta tell me is Henry Selick stop motion, and I'm there.
Yeah. No, it's great. I think I might have mentioned this when we were on one of the Christmas episodes we did, or like one of the episodes in December, but there's a documentary series that came out, the Christmas movies that made us, and it's just 2 parts where they talk about Elf and they talk about Nightmare Before Christmas. And so Henry Selick is actually one of the main interviewees in there, and it's fun to hear about and it's fun to hear about the production on that. So
good. I'm glad that Henry Selick is finally getting the recognition. Spending so many years being like, oh no, Tim Burton made Night Before Christmas. Like, yeah, I mean, kind of, not really.
I mean, he definitely put forth the kind of production that led to it happening. But I mean, and it's
Henry Selick made the movie though.
Yeah. But the thing is, he would have done the movie if he weren't doing Batman at the same time. But it's one of those things where it's like Tim Burton finally got to do his own stop motion movie when they did Corpse Bride, and then Frankenweenie came later as well. So it would have been interesting to see what Nightmare Before Christmas would have turned out if it had gone as planned and he wanted to do it himself. But I mean, I love Henry Selick's what we ended up with. So
yeah,
and I love Coraline. Like that's definitely one of my favorite. I mean, just like Laika's in general, but I mean like Coraline's definitely one of my favorite Laika movies as well. So
yeah, definitely.
So it'll be interesting to see this one as well. This one's definitely going to be a watch for me without even knowing that much about it.
Great. And to round us out, Sony is putting out a movie called Wish Dragon. Again, carrying on our dragon theme. This is their third dragon movie, fourth. I lost.
It's like the third one, I think.
Yeah, real strong dragon vibes.
The Monster Wrestling one, if you want to count that as a dragon.
Maybe.
I mean,
it's edging on the territory.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have dragon in the title.
That's true.
Like the other ones do.
But the book has a straight up dragon on the cover, so.
Okay. I might give it to it.
We'll make it 3.5 dragons then.
There you go.
All right.
So this one actually does have a trailer attached to it, and I mean,
yeah,
it's like a co-production, I think. Like it's a Sony and like Columbia and like a fuckload of other.
Doesn't Sony own Columbia?
Oh right, yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm looking at the list here, and it has about like 50 different companies all listed. So
yeah, Sony is one of those.
Tencent's the big one that's attached to it.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is our Sony's propagation to the Chinese government. All right. Cool.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's got Jackie Chan in it, and Bobby Lee and John Cho. So,
okay, so we're just pulling out all the Asian actors for this. Yeah, that's good, I guess.
No, I mean that's definitely good, but I mean like those are all like the big name ones that you could. I mean, not all of them, but I mean, there's definitely some big name ones on there.
Man, whatever happened to Jackie Chan? I feel like I don't see him more.
I mean, his whole shtick, he's a bit older, so kind of doing the movies that he did in his heyday is probably a bit harder for him to do.
I'm just saying, like in general, like he kind of voiced the character in the Kung Fu Panda movies. He was in the Lego Ninjago. All I've seen of him, like, why doesn't he do more voice work?
I feel like he probably does a lot more stuff in like Hong Kong that we're not aware of.
Yeah.
You're like, screw you, America, I'm going back to China.
Well, no, I mean, that's just how it's always been. I mean, his body of work, like, is mostly in China. Like, we've seen a fraction of his movies here in America.
Hold on, Matt. We have to say it's on Hong Kong.
Whatever. It's whatever. You know what I mean?
I have a friend that gets mad about it. Because Gary's from Hong Kong.
Sorry, Gary.
And China, yes, I fully acknowledge that China and Hong Kong are places, and that the Chinese government is oppressive, and I'm not afraid to say that.
Okay, I can't speak on it. I'm not familiar with any of it, so
yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So this has a trailer, and it just sort of looks like another generic, like it's a Wish movie.
Pretty generic.
It gave me some Aladdin vibes at the end there. It got like all the Prince garb on and like all the bells and whistles. And this could be just a retread on Aladdin. Who knows?
It's Aladdin with dragons.
Yeah, maybe. It remains to be seen or not seen. I don't know if we'll be checking this one out.
All right. Well, guys, that is our tentative list of the 2021 film.
Yeah,
about fucking time.
We didn't really add any like straight up cartoons to this list just because it was hard to kind of pinpoint exactly what cartoons are coming out this year.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
The only one that I knew for sure was Marvel's What If.
I'm down for that.
But that was like the one. I just figured like there was enough potential movies to talk about that we just kind of focused on that this year. So
there was MODOK.
Right, yeah, that one's a fucking stop motion thing too. I think.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be on Hulu.
Right. Okay. So
I think we're getting another season of Castlevania.
Yeah, well, I meant like new stuff coming out this year.
I know. I'm just saying. I like that show.
Yeah. No, it's
Cuphead's supposed to come out this year, isn't it?
I don't know. There's no fucking news on it.
Yeah.
Come on,
you got some footage at least.
There's been like 6 animatics, and there's been nothing. Not even a trailer, I don't think.
Nah.
Just little clips.
They're good clips, though.
Well, the animatics are good since they're whole fucking episodes.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as the movies go, that's all the stuff that might presumably come out this year, but more likely than not, a lot of it will probably get moved to 2022, and we will probably be talking about them again, yes, once they actually have trailers out and stuff, so we'll have more to talk about them.
But before we wrap up, guys, is there any of these movies that you're like particularly excited for?
Wendell and Wild.
We didn't even talk about Connected, did we?
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Ah, shit. I must have zoned out.
Was that one that you're excited for?
Not really.
Is there anything on this list that you're like, oh man, I got to see that?
No.
Oh, there you go. I would say Wendell and Wild for me, and Del Toro's Pinocchio for sure, and then yeah, I mean anything else is just sort of gravy.
Yeah. After you sold me on Pinocchio, I'm kind of down for that. Connected looks interesting, at least from a visual standpoint, and I just have a morbid curiosity about Space Jam.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
I'm not expecting good things from it, but
John Goodman is always good, so it'll be nice.
He's a good man.
Oh, is John Goodman in? Oh, does he voice the dad?
I thought he did.
Yeah.
Well, the point still stands. John Goodman's a good man.
Yeah. But yeah. So, guys, let us know in the comments what you about you're particularly excited for. I'm sure we'll review some of these. We'll see. Time is an illusion still. Who knows when things are actually coming out? They could have come out already, or they'll come. Who knows?
Yeah.
But that does it for this week. Hope everyone had a great New Year's. Stay safe, and we will see you all again next week.
Later.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to the Ink and Paint Club podcast. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter to keep up with the show. Join our Discord to chat with us. Links are in the description. We'll see you next time.